Tzipi Livni is Israel's most popular politician. Now she has to translate that popularity into power by getting her Kadima party allies in Israel's caretaker government to form a new coalition under her leadership as prime minister. The task is not an easy one, but Livni says it must be done as soon as possible.
We need to face complicated threats. We need to face security threats. We need to move forward, and there is economic instability. And that is why this is not only my responsibility, but the responsibility of all my friends inside Kadima and in the Knesset factions.
Livni faces several obstacles. Religious parties that she has to woo want more programs for their constituencies, and they oppose her efforts to reach a two-state solution with the Palestinians. Livni faces a bigger obstacle in winning support from Labour Party leader Ehud Barak. Barak, a former prime minister, has expressed reservations about Livni's leadership abilities. He has even held talks with Benjamin Netanyahu, the leader of the right-wing Likud party. Ellen Leibson heads the Henry Stimson Center in Washington. Leibson helped set Middle East policy in the Clinton administration. She says if Ehud Barak decides to contest early elections rather than join a Livni government, Tzipi Livni might not become Israel's next prime minister.
Kadima cannot govern without the support of the Labour Party. Barak is the head of Labour. Barak, of course, believes that he should be running the show.
Unlike Golda Meir, Livni has not spent years in Israeli politics, says Akiva Eldar, one of Israel's top political commentators.
She is relatively new in politics. She's been only 2 years in the parliament, and then she jumped right into the government of Sharon. So she has to convince the other parties and the Israeli public that she can meet the challenges ahead of us.
Also, Livni has not forged close ties with the men who head Israel's defense and security establishment. While she is respected internationally, Leibson says Livni is not part of Israel's close-knit macho political culture.
So she's not one of these larger-than-life characters that Israeli politics frequently have at the head of their political ticket. So that it's almost her temperament and her style, as much as gender, I think, that mean that these big boys, Netanyahu and Barak in particular, think they can outmaneuver her.
While her relations with Israel's political leaders are frosty, Livni enjoys close ties with Palestinian moderates like President Mahmoud Abbas. The Palestinian territories are divided between Hamas militants who control Gaza and Mr. Abbas's more moderate Fatah faction in the West Bank. Livni supports strengthening Palestinian moderates and the creation of a Palestinian state. Palestinian political analyst Mahdi Abdel Hadi says Livni is the leader most Arabs would like to see as Israel's next prime minister.
She has been received warmly in the Gulf. She was accepted and recognized, a new generation, a new face, to get out of the ghetto mentality which has been governing the Israelis for the last 60 years of their establishment.
But it is Israelis and not Palestinians who will decide whether Tzipi Livni forms the next Israeli government.